Welcome to Uncle Taylor's Unchained universe. Strap in for some content palooza.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Uncle Taylor's Wild Ride, Unchained Universe Extravaganza Fucko. My name's Uncle Taylor. Thank you so much for meeting me here tonight in the labyrinth of our love. After what a wonderful day it was for Bathurst, 1,000 fans. What a day to be sick. I've been off work sick again. And what a wonderful day to be cooped up in my bed watching was ultimately one of the best races I've seen in Bathurst since Murphy won in 2003. As always, I've got the boys with me. Uncle Jacko, Uncle Jesse. Boys, good evening to you. Long time no talk.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
how
been
are
a
we?
couple of weeks.
Been a couple of weeks. We went off just before the grand final, which we will talk about that very briefly as well. Obviously, it's been a week out now. So we've done that. We had Bathurst today. We had Formula One today. We had some games get updated. It's been a fucking hectic couple of weeks. Can't think of my words right, but it's good to be here. It is good to be here. So let's just dive into it, boys. Tell me about what the last 2 weeks you guys have been up to. What have you noticed? What is something that's been cool for you?
Well,
Go
not
first.
much.
You go, mate. You go.
I was going to say it's not much for me. I've sort of been keeping much the same, really, like working on the all the other videos I do, of course. And then yeah, not much has changed really. Um, I don't know whether that'll be covered in sport or not, but I'll quickly touch on it now. I was all getting ready to watch the Mariners and Jets games from out the front yesterday at Central Coast Stadium, and they had full grandstands. So the whole upstairs of the grandstand was full, and the lower end it was just sort of where there was shade, where there was cover because it was pissing down with rain. Was a bit packed as well. It was meant to start at 5 o'clock. At 5:30, there were still people in the grandstands waiting, and nothing had happened. But the field was like three quarters of just water, three-quarter water. It was just
Yeah,
crazy. And then eventually they did actually, just they called it, they cancelled it.
Yeah.
At about, I think after about 40, 45 minutes, they called it. But they did do a little sort of memorial, sort of farewell thing for Matt Simon, who's retiring after having an injury that just isn't going to be able to. He's not going to be able to play for a while, so he decided to call it a day.
Hmm. I mean, Matty Simon was there when the fucking Mariners were invented and started when the A League kicked off. So he's been around and he's been to a fair few clubs. So all the best to him in his retirement, um, which is good. Now gives way for some young kid to come back, which is nice. So good observation. Jacko has the eagle eye at
That's
his
what
at
we
his
do.
residence.
Eye
That
Yeah,
that
pie in
water
the
was
sky.
fucked. Oh yeah.
Good
Oh
spot.
yeah.
Very good spot.
Hell yeah. What about yourself, Big Jethro? What's going on, champion?
Oh, fuck all, mate. Honestly, I picked up playing guitar again. So I started doing that probably about a week ago. I listened to the new Machine Head album, and it just made me want to pick it back up. So I started been playing every day and thinking of starting something up with that. Maybe like in the future when I got some more money, but like a YouTube channel or something just dedicated to like guitar playing and like metal guitar and all that sort of thing. Other than that, mate, really fuck all. That's about it. It's the new,
No, good.
most recent fucking development in my life. That's about
Hey,
it.
nice. I know you like your guitar, mate, so it's good to see that you're getting back into it. It's always
Yeah,
good.
well, I haven't played for about I'd say 3 months, 4 months maybe. And even then
I was gonna
before that
say.
it was kind of like you pick it up like once every week or something like that. Whereas before I had my kid, I was playing probably like 3 hours a day at least. 3 hours every day, maybe sometimes 4 hours. So yeah. If I can squeeze in half an hour every day, I think that's good.
That is good. No, that is good, man. Good shit. Glad that you're getting back into it. That's nice, mate.
What have you been up
Um,
to?
fuck all again, bro. Editing, working, the usual, bro. Nothing has come my way. The only thing that's come my way is an expensive sounding noise in the car, so that's gonna be fun.
Don't you love
Um,
that? Don't you
don't
just
you
fucking love that?
don't you love it? Like a sickness, mate. You love it so much. So
Yeah.
that's happened. So I've got to get that sorted out. Jumped back on Arc again for like, the 18,000th time because I'm a fucking idiot.
Bro,
It's the
that
game I
you got
continue.
that love-hate relationship with fucking Ark. I saw something popped up on my Facebook today. It was a fucking Ark survival group, and someone posted something and something fucking retarded, and you commented on it, going, why the fuck do they let people in this group?" And I'm like thinking, why the fuck is this showing up in my newsfeed?
I don't know how.
Like,
I don't know why you fucking seen it, because the
I
admins are
don't
just
know
letting
either.
these fuckwits in there, and it's all these accounts that have been made for like 3 days, and it's like, yeah, hot big hot crash hashtag viral, rah rah rah. Don't park
Yeah,
your car in a winter laneway or something. And
yeah,
then one of the times I even commented said, "Fuck, cool cluster map you've got. What's your deet so I can join your Discord?" Just because it's like you're a fucking clown. But it's like admin's a fucking idiot. So I just deleted myself from the group chat, from the page, because it can get fucked.
yeah. That
But
fucking shows up on my fucking newsfeed somehow. I don't know how, but yeah,
I apologize.
I saw that like a couple of hours ago, and I was like, oh yeah, this is interesting fucking shit.
Just fucking
Yeah,
shits me. Just fucking shits
yeah.
me. But I'm on that. Um, Apart from that, there's not much else going on. Got to be completely honest. Oh, again, the Series 2 Elite controller shit itself again. So third time in a year and in about 2 years. Sorry, actually, I had it swapped in January. And what happens is I'll pick up. I'll show my controller the backup of I'm running the backup Elite. So if it's not going to blur it out, or the light's going to fucking get
Oh, if
fucked.
you
And how
you
about
had it
that?
lower, if you put it right there, just like right below your t-shirt, you
Sweet.
can see it. Yeah,
Now
yeah.
you see, like, now it's green at the bottom because at the top, because you can now change the colors for your controller. So the button up here was illuminated, but it wasn't connected whatsoever. It just completely shit itself. So I took it up to EB Games, got it swapped out yesterday when I went up there to go get scripts and shit. And the guy swapped the controller. And he was nice about it too. The guy, no worries, I'll swap it out for you. And he gave me my controller back. It was only when I got home I realized he put my controller in the box,
Right.
as in the bad one, the one that's broken. So
Fucking
obviously, thank God I got a backup, but get fucked, I'm just, oh well, it's look, I love that shop. As you know, I love that place. The guys there are really good, so I'm not going to talk any ill will about it. It's small mistake. I'm not going to lose sleep, but it's just like, yeah. Thank you so much.
because you would get it
So
on an Arena, hey? So
yeah,
the
Arena
Arena one,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Shout out to the guys there at Arena. If you're watching, give me some better discounts. Um, no, look. Apart from that, fuck all, mate. Fuck all. There's nothing going on. I did, however, get my hands, and I'm going to unblur my background. Come on. Yeah. So over here in the corner, you might just see it. You might just see it. That
Is that a
is
digital fuck machine?
it is. It's a digital will to live maker. Unfortunately, it's tapped out. Yeah, no will to live. No, I Xbox 360 wireless steering wheel.
Fuck me.
They actually, I gotta be honest with you, CEX sent it to me like for free. And when I
Yeah.
say for free, this is what I mean free. I paid for a play and charge kit. They also sent me the steering wheel. I've not told them yet. I'm not going to tell them. The cable's fucked. So I have to find a cable, but that's life. That's easy. But legit,
Fuck,
I don't know
man.
how. I've never in my life had something like this happen, but it's happened. I've
Oh,
got it
that's
completely
fucking.
free. They have no emails. I even emailed their customer service, because the play in charge kit they sent me is fucking cooked. So it's like, hey, I bought this. This is what's happened. And, ran through the entire thing. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Just take it back to your store and they'll, swap it out or refund you. So do you not know that they still sent me? And the fucking funniest thing about this is it's a huge fucking box.
Yeah.
So how the fuck did they not realize?
How do you fuck up like that? Yeah.
Luckily, I haven't thrown it yet. That's the box.
Oh, shit.
That's the box. So I don't know.
Charger.
I was going to say that. I mean, for what? For that, you sent me a box effectively for that top cable there.
Mm.
It's funny. It's funny so that's all that's happened.
Needed about 25 kilos worth of bubble wrap or some shit.
Dead said, you're not even wrong. It was a hefty little fuck when I got in. Holly goes, "What's your order?" I said, "Just a cable." What the fuck's this? And I went, holy shit, it's a steering wheel. I swear to God. I said, I don't know what the fuck that is. I've ordered a cable. And that's it. So
she's probably thinking, what the fuck did you buy this time, you cunt?
That's exactly the conversation we had. And she goes, are you gonna fucking throw it out? Are you gonna go take it back to him? I said, oh yeah, I will. And then I thought about it and thought, you know what? Fuck you. No, I'm not. I'm gonna keep this prick because I want to make content.
You'd be doing a disservice to yourself if you fucking took that back, mate.
Exactly.
Take your wins.
Exactly. It's worth $85.
Yeah.
So, get fucked. So that leads me to say Uncle Taylor's next video series is going to be NASCAR 08. And graphics that were from yesteryear.
Yeah, fucking hell. It's a throwback.
From yesteryear. So that's going to be fucking fun.
I could see all your old fucking games back there.
I've got too much.
PS2? Yeah.
PS2.
I can tell because you got got those, what are the fucking different containers with the silver and the black? Those, it comes in special fucking containers. The special fucking whatever they're called.
So
yeah, nice.
Majority of these are PlayStation 2. 360 down at the bottom, and then a handful of PlayStation 4 games.
Bro, 5. You should see the amount of PS2 games I got at my mum's, bro. It's fucking. I gotta go pick them up, but it's like probably double that, or maybe triple that. Actually, it's so many.
Well, think of it like this. Make it easy for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 36.
Yeah, the ones at the top, yeah.
48 times 2, effectively.
Yeah.
There's about 90 odd games. Because down here, there's about 36 as well.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Fucking hell. That's good. Yeah, that's cool.
If you want any advice in how to maintain a wife, don't ask me. I don't know how the fuck she's dealing with me after all the shit I spend and get. Oh, fuck.
Good shit.
Good times, boys. So, also, I've got a mouse and keyboard now for gaming. So, there's that too.
Got the fucking fancy LED lights and the keyboard.
It lights up, but you know what the weirdest thing is? It actually controls the Series X.
Oh, yeah?
Some games, not for some reason, I know what they're doing, make it compatible with fucking keyboard and mouse on the Xbox. So I was playing The Sims on mouse and keyboard.
Really?
I was playing Ark on mouse and keyboard. And let me tell you, that's fucked, and I'll never do it again in my life.
That's fucking cool because you play The Sims usually, because I'm used to playing that on fucking mouse and keyboard or through the fucking laptop. So you could
exactly
that fixes that problem. So that's good.
Fucking easily fixes it, bro. But my problem is every time I go to start to play The Sims now, it's like, oh fuck, I've spent like 3.5 years on the same save file with no cheats. I don't want to start again. Yet I've got everything now that I need in the fucking world to never work again. But now I want to work again. Then I want to have a family. Then I don't want to have a fucking family. I've got like 14 kids somewhere that are just in the fucking void of the Sims universe, bro. I swear to God, it's fucked. It's so bad. It's so bad. But
fuck, I love The Sims, bro. So good.
Sims is great, bro. The newest fucking thing was a Werewolves edition.
fuck, here we go.
So you got vampires, wolves, you got high schools. Sounds like fucking Riverdale or whatever that fucking show was.
Yeah, that fucking shitty or
The
Teen
shitty
Wolf or
show
whatever.
with the kid from the kid from Sweet Life of Zach and
Yeah.
Cody, whichever one of it was, whichever twin that it was. But yeah. So let's get into it. Straight into the hefty side of it. Jacko, I believe, wants to open the floor to be our first little topic of discussion here.
I've got two topics, so I wonder which one you're referring to start us off. I'm guessing
Because
we're going to be an event today.
No, I mean we
Okay.
will be talking about that event today because I've been up since 8 a.m. watching it. But I know you want to talk about your politics, so
Ah, yes. Well, it's a very short segment this week because not a lot's happened. Parliament has not sat this past 2 weeks. Instead, we've had a couple of other events. So we've had National Cabinet sat with all the premiers and state ministers and the Prime Minister and all that. We've also had a couple of House committee sittings, a couple of Senate committee sittings. But other than that, we haven't had any real content coming out from either the House of Reps or the Senate. So it's been a pretty quiet week. They're due back in a couple of weeks. But of course, if there's any other topics that come up for discussion, you'll be sure to catch it here or on APH Question Time. That's me.
absolutely we will. Fuck, I tell you what, Labor
was,
gets so many fucking holidays. I swear to God, they're fucked, eh? You didn't see the Liberal government taking this much time off.
Interesting you say that because I've got a rebuttal for that. Last year, we had 10 sitting days in the Parliament under the last sitting calendar for the Morrison government. We had 10 sitting days. So that was
How
it.
many have we had this year so far? This calendar?
At least 30. So we've had quite a few.
Well,
Actually, I'd have
20,
to double check that. I'd have to check that actually. So I've got that actually ready to go on my computer. Let me quickly have a look.
I don't know. For those listening out there,
are you talking this year or are you talking since the election?
Since the election, Jackson.
Since the election, okay. 3, 7, 11, 12,
Look
13,
how
14,
happy Jackson
15. We've had 15 sitting days so far. 15.
Lazy. They're fucking lazy.
But yeah,
Albanese, more like Albanese, more like anal easy. Yeah, I know.
We've got another 15 scheduled before the end of the year. But yeah, so far we've had 15 since the election, which is at least 5 more than the previous government had in their city calendar. So
bro. ScoMo was just doing too much jobs, mate. The busiest prime minister we'll ever have in this country.
Oh, I know. He was the acting treasurer. He was the acting minister for finance. He was the acting minister for home affairs. He was the acting energy minister. He was, and all the other ministers that have those portfolios didn't even know that they'd been taken over. They didn't know that Scott Morrison had taken over their portfolios and was the acting person. And he claims he didn't use any of the powers, but then suddenly he says, "Oh, that's why I used my power to stop PEP 11 from happening off the New South Wales Central Coast." Was he really the one telling the truth?
Yeah, he was. So. He was. He's very honest. That's what I called him, Honest Morrison.
You'd be very alone with that. You'd be very alone with that.
Bro, at least he didn't wind up like his brother, though. That's the main thing.
Scott Morrison had a brother?
Yeah, Jim.
I knew you were going to fucking say that. I was waiting for it.
Didn't wound up in a fucking hotel room, Paris Odine on heroin. That's the main thing. As long as he doesn't do that, up, Cronulla. Up. Up, ScoMo.
Make sure I didn't spit all over my laptop.
Up, ScoMo. Ah, shit. Thank you, Jacko, for that report. We appreciate it. You appreciate you doing the hard yards in the field there, mate.
Of course.
Yeah, what's your shirt that you're wearing right there?
The shirt? Oh, this shirt. Oh, this shirt. Well, this shirt here, boys. James Tombstone and the fucking Dead Man. My shirt arrived on Friday. I ordered it through my friend Netwinder, who has his own band out. Do a lot of metal. Actually, it's really fucking good. I've had to listen to it. I'm an early adopter, you could say, of the music. The genre, the musical genre is good. It's like comedic metal. It's near Tenacious D if there was a lot more ha then or so it's good. I I do like it. They had 2 albums they released last year, Realm of Pain and Circus of Gall. They did a cover of fucking Untouched, and it's actually decent. So
Oh yeah, you showed me that.
yeah, I
Actually,
think I did.
I enjoyed that. I thought that was actually pretty good. So good job.
Fucking very good job. The next album they released literally at the end of last year. It's called Realm of Pain. Pig Bat is one of the best songs in the album, and it's also about COVID. It's pretty fucked. So definitely check it out if you want to have a giggle to it. Their album, the next coming single is it's actually already come out. Be Apocalypse. These guys are fucking good. You'll have a laugh. Buy their merch. And tell Uncle Taylor send you dirty fucks out there listening.
I'm gonna write that down. So just in my notes. So what is it? What's it called?
Chain Tombstone and the Dead Men.
Okay.
I'll actually link it. I'll link it down the bottom of this video.
Sweet.
At the bottom of this video. That way you'll all be able to fucking enjoy it. It's very comedic. I like it. So definitely check it out. Not a paid thing. I actually paid for the fucking t-shirt, so I'm not getting paid here. I'm just helping out your fellow creators. We're not helping out Phil Dogs. We're not doing any of that. I'm just here to fuck spiders, if you would. So thank you. Thank you for listening to my non-paid advert. Jacko's dead. Jacko loves it. Yeah. He went to fucking PAX. So Phil went to PAX this weekend. He got the train to Melbourne.
Yeah, I've seen some of the things. Yeah, I've seen
fucking...
some of his. I watch his stories quite frequently. All these YouTube, the things that pop up on YouTube, the fucking stories on Instagram, the things on Facebook, all that shit. I'm forced to fucking look at it.
The train to Melbourne, like if it's so much quicker going by flying, you know, it makes
because
no sense.
he wanted to stop in at fucking Wonderland.
Yeah, he thought the train went through Wonderbourne. That's why he got it. Fucking idiot. So he
went up to get Wonderbourne and back down to Melbourne.
Look, there's 2 reasons why. I think he's got a concession card for the Opal. So when he does his ticketing to go to Melbourne and that, it's like fucking horrendously dirt cheap. I think the second thing would be is he's probably never flown before and he's nervous. That's what I think it could be. That's what I think it could be.
Probably.
Keyword.
Probably. Or he doesn't know how to get to the airport, or I don't know, maybe they don't let you carry on Dora the Explorer backpacks. Maybe that's kind of like maybe that's like downstairs.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to part with it.
Yeah, he goes through the fucking scanners and they detect all this residue on the Winnie the Pooh fucking backpack he's got. And it's like, what's this? Why is this thing glowing?
Oh, what's all that?
What's it all glowing for? Get fucked. Disgusting. Yeah. But that's God's honest truth. So good shit. Good fucking shit there with the Phil Dogs. Yeah. Like it sounds like, what does it sound like to you, Jacko? Because you love it. So what noise triggers you to laugh? Is it the yeah, or is it the yeah? When I go yeah.
It just sounds like he's coughing up a fur ball or something, like he's a cat coughing up a fur ball, and he says, right. Like,
yeah.
Like,
see, what people don't know is I'm going to start a filthy Phil Dogs rumor. Phil had 6 of his ribs removed, so now he can lick the top of his head. That's why he's going bald. So instead of licking his balls and cocky, he licks the top of his head and takes the hair out. Oh, that was good. That was actually real good. Insert a photo of Phil here, Jacko, so that people know what we're talking about. Ah, great. This is the man. This man here will buy your backpack for $15.95. So, that's fucked. That's fucked. So there's a lot that we want to talk about tonight. in this episode because it's been a couple of weeks. So what we might do is cut it here for the moment, come back to a full 40-minute lobby. And because for those who wonder, why is there a part 1, part 2 when we record? We're not made of money. I don't want to pay fucking Zoom. They can suck me. We pay enough for everything. If you want to donate to the cause, please reach out. We're definitely looking for sponsorship. You know what I'm saying? We're always here to help. Haha. Come here. So we'll end part 1 and we'll meet you back to part 2. And welcome back to part 2 of your audible experience with Uncle Taylor. Chapter 13. Oh. Boom. Pap. The sound of my heart. The beats do go on and on and on and on. Come home to me. She cried. Come home to me. And she get by a truck. Welcome back. Good to be here. Don't know why they film these weird music videos out in the middle of the freaking highway. What's wrong with people? There you go. Look at that. Jackson's actually looking outside his window at the highway right now to see if there was someone singing out there. Boom. Splat. Oh, shit. So, welcome back. Good to be here. Good to have you here. Part 2. I'm going to dive into gaming. We just had a little off-air discussion about gaming and, talk about sports and that. So, I want to kick it straight off. There's been a lot happening in the world of gaming. A lot of releases coming out this month, which it's going to be a very busy October for a lot of people. The highly anticipated Scorn's coming out. Some people on YouTube already got an advanced release copy to put onto YouTube and that. So I don't know about you, Jess, but I've been watching it, and Jesus Christ, mate, it looks brutal. Absolutely brutal.
What is it exactly? I haven't heard of it.
So did you ever play a game called Dante's Inferno?
No, I didn't.
So Dante's Inferno was a game about, man, I could be wrong. It's been a very long time since I have played it, but it was a game where you were killed as someone in like an army, but like we're talking like medieval-ish, like Greek gods kind of thing. You're Italian. Well, Dante, it's Italian.
Yeah.
And then you go through like, oh God, what's wrong? I can't think right now. My brain's going. Go through like purgatory and go through hell and go through these things and kill these really sadistic medieval kind of stuff. I've been watching this one guy. Well, it's the same kind of premise in some way, but you wake up as this scorn of the earth underneath, like in hell, and it's just so grisly, so gruesome, and just some of the things I've seen in this game already on a 45-minute episode 1. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
brutal.
just looking it up on my search rating. So
Take a look at it, bro. It's definitely one that I recommend.
If you see what you mean,
yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah. Scorn. Fuck.
It looks very good. I might actually have a little playthrough when it comes out just to see what all the, if I'd enjoy it. Even though I've watched some of it already, I wouldn't mind it. It looks the part. Another thing I've been playing recently, I took the PlayStation out into the land room, and I've already sworn at FIFA enough, so I have to have a break from it. Because me and FIFA, they have a hate relationship. I started playing this game last night, which I've already watched like 2 years ago on YouTube on my train down to work, called Death Stranding. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the game as well. Both ears. So Death Stranding, it's Hidoji. Hidoji knows his name. Fuck me. I need to really, think of my words because I can't think. I don't know what's going on. I just don't feel well right now. Kojima, Hideo Kojima, done all the Metal Gear Solids and that.
Yeah. So it's this, is it? Sorry, just looking it up.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep, that's it. And it is so bloody good. Like watching it was interesting, but playing it's something different. Effectively, from what I've gathered, I've only played about an hour and a bit. The world's pretty much over. There was a phenomenal spiritual kind of thing that's happened, an event, and then the people that die, like if they're not cremated, they turn into this like these things. I can't even put a fucking word onto it, but it's like a end of times
Uh,
killing, kind of invisible killing thing. Yeah, that's it. Like
right.
something like that.
Yeah.
And in the rain, when it rains, it has acid rain. It comes, they get you then, and they fucking drag you underneath, and then they set off these explosions if you're killed and eaten by these big, disgusting enemies. At least I've only played an hour's worth of.
Are you referring
35
to
minutes
a
of it
killer
was.
poltergeist by any chance?
It sounds like it, but
Yeah.
you're on the right path. But it's like multiple of them. It looks really good, and this is just some bogan's opinion. The game is definitely worth the stock on it. The quality of the cinematics is next level. Being a Japanese made game says it all. You know, Kojima bloody doing it. But Norman Reedus is in it. If you know Norman Reedus, you'll know The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
He's in that. So he's come on board for that. Mads Malikan, I think that's his name.
Yeah, I saw something there. It was that was like
He's
came
in
up
it
in like a
too.
relevant
Yeah,
search. Yeah.
he is in it. It's like a horror game, but it's not a horror game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you're
It's
saying. Yeah.
it's good. I'm enjoying it so far.
Nice.
Really thorough. It's good shit. If you're on PlayStation, it's part of the PS Plus experience. Where you like Xbox Game Pass and away kind of thing. So definitely check that shit out. We're about 2.5, 3 weeks out now, Jesse, for
God.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 3 weeks actually. 3 weeks out from Call of Duty coming out.
Nice.
I'm not counting down the days, but I am counting down the days.
Yeah, I'm kind of counting down as well. I have to say to the viewers, my opinion changed in that short time after
Yep.
yeah, just in that one fucking day of playing it. Afterwards, my opinion changed of it. So I got on. Me and Taylor and I got on afterwards after the last podcast, and we played it, and I had a much better experience playing it. So yeah, I can definitely say that I'm very fucking keen for it.
I knew you'd have a better experience on it. Just
You
needed
need your
time.
bros. You need your kings on with you. You know.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Like Jesse was saying that he thought it was shit, and wasn't enjoying it. It feels like a copy and paste. And I said, bro, you haven't played with your mates. That's what
Yeah.
makes the game
Yeah.
better.
For
And I
sure.
said, I agree to some aspect. I think it's a bit of a small copy and paste, but the majority is mint.
Yeah. Well, I gotta
So
with the copy and paste shit. I gotta kind of take that back as well because like it's the same engine as well, and if you look at Modern Warfare 3, that's basically a copy and paste of Modern Warfare 2, but just improved. So I can't really talk shit. I mean, I just got these glasses on where I'm trying to fucking look at the old CODs, and I'm like, I need the old CODs. I'm like got that bias sort of fucking those like rose-colored glasses towards the golden era of COD, but we're never gonna get that again. So, but it's different now, and I actually enjoyed it, so I'm keen for it. It was something
beautiful.
different.
I'm keen. I'm very, very excited. I can't wait, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I'll play one more thing, and then I'll let you guys take the floor. There's one thing I did today because we're going to talk about Bathurst very shortly. But see, with my work, whenever you're ringing out sick, you have to get up and call an hour before your shift. So I got up at 8, called it up, said, "Look, I can't do it," and I was lying in bed majority of the day watching Bathurst because that's the only thing I wanted to watch. And I was on Game Pass. I'm looking at shit because in my room here that I'm in, my monitor's here, computer monitor, my gaming monitor. And I was looking at things. There's this game that's come out. I've put about an hour's worth into it. It's called Medieval Dynasty. And it's like, from what I could gather, it feels like Ark. It looks like Ark, but it's not the same shit as Ark. It's pretty much you're in the Middle Ages shit, and you basically become the ruler of your own little kind of town. You can build your own town, but it's all about gathering resources.
Yeah, same sort of thing. Yeah,
Same sort of thing, but a shitload more grindy. I'm enjoying the game. Don't get me wrong. Once I've understood the basics, I've enjoyed it. But I am going to start a new save and just run through it now a lot easier. So definitely for those looking for more information. It's only just hit Game Pass not that long ago. I think the last couple of days, because I read an article about it and went, "Oh, that looks good." Check that out. Chivalry 2, if you remember that as well. I bought that. It's the medieval 64 versus 64, and you're running in battlefields and you're just fucking slicing each other with swords and shit. It's good. It's on here now. I've been playing it too because I'm a loser. So definitely recommend it 100%. And that's an Uncle Taylor guarantee. Cool. I've talked enough. You boys, tell me, what have you guys been playing? What have you guys been doing?
Well, I actually went back and played Modern Warfare 2019 to get ready for the new Modern Warfare. So, yeah, that's been fun.
Attaboy. I like
Just
it.
shoot house 24/7, get me skills back up. So by the time I hit the new one, I'm all fucking my senses are fucking heightened, and when like you don't play COD for a while, you get on and you move like you're a fucking 80-year-old man around corners and shit. Well, I need to be one of those. I need to get my movement right, like those cunts you see on fucking TikTok where they're moving like they're on fucking Adderall or whatever the shit is. So yeah, just getting me skills refined before the game comes out.
Well, I'm definitely keen to re-download it again to work on it with you, and then at least get my skills back up because I know I'm going to need it. I've played nothing but racing games and Ark, so I definitely need all the help I can get.
Yeah, for sure. Because I'm gonna as soon as it comes out, the new one, I'm gonna get rid of probably Modern Warfare, the first one, and a couple other games to try and make some room for it.
Oh, it's going to be meaty.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. So I need all the room I can get.
Yeah, it's going to be cooked. It's going to be cooked. It's good shit. Jacko, if he's still muted,
I'm not. I was just quietly dying while on mute a moment ago, but I'm back now. So there was one actually that I have been playing on Steam, actually. So it's a fairly new game. It's called, you know me, I like my simulator games. So it's called Ranch Simulator. So I thought at first it was going to be like farming simulator sort of thing. I thought it was just going to be like, you're looking after
it's called
farm
what?
or
Hang on.
Ranch Simulator.
Ranch Simulator.
Yeah.
Fucking
ranch. I thought it was just going to be like farming simulator, like you're taking care of crops and farm animals and shit like that. But it's actually a little bit more detailed, I suppose I would say. But you're doing a lot of building as well. So basically, to the background of it is your grandfather's passed away and given you the ranch, and it's so dilapidated, and you basically have to demolish it and start again. And so you actually have to build the barn, build the house, build the coops and everything like that, and using trees around you. You've got to chop down trees to make enough wood to do all that sort of thing. So it's quite fun so far. I've played roughly an hour of it before we jumped in here, and it was really good. Like I'm enjoying it. So it'd be good to give you a bit more of a report on that once I've played it a bit longer than an hour. But from what I've seen so far, I've liked.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like the end of Red Dead Redemption 2, doesn't it? Like having to fucking build your ranch up and shit. But yeah, sounds
it sort of is, yeah. It sort of is, yeah. So it's interesting. It's a little bit like House Simulator or House Development Simulator or something like that meets that Farming Simulator meets a few other things. It's sort of not one you can quite say is close enough to any of the ones out there to really make sense, but I've enjoyed it so far for that hour that I've played it. It's quite fun. So I'll tell you guys a bit more about it, of course, once I've played it a bit longer. But other than that, I've gone back to the old faithfuls, gas station sim and food truck sim quite a bit regularly. So lately. So yeah, that's basically the games I've been on so far. But yeah, I'll give you more on Ranch Sim next time we meet, because I'll obviously have played it a bit more between now and then.
Nice, bro.
Nice, Jacko. I like the sound of it. I mean, you could have been playing No Man's Sky with me for the 4.0 patch update, but that's okay.
It could have been, yeah. I didn't play it. Full disclosure, didn't play it yesterday. I played it today. In the break between Bathurst and podcast. Well, not No Man's Sky. I'm talking about Ranch Sim. So, but like yesterday, my bandwidth was basically dead because I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff getting my NAS ready. But yeah, it's a little bit
Now, for
better
those who
today.
don't know what a NAS is, explain to the
It's-
folks at home what a NAS is.
So NAS stands for Network Attached Storage. So essentially, it's a bit like you could use it a bit like a server, like a home server. I use it for a Plex server. I also use it for a bit of work when I'm at home, like when I'm working from home, things like that. I can sort of do a bit of self-development, things like that. Of course, I'm in IT. But there's so many uses for one. I would highly recommend getting one. But it's sort of probably the one I've got is probably about that tall. I know I keep cutting out a bit with the background, but probably about that tall and about that wide. Like it's real, and probably about, yeah, it's more deep than what it is big. But yeah, it's really small and, connects straight into your modem, connects into power, and that's it. You can use as much storage on it as you want. At the moment, I've got two 4 terabyte drives for a total of 8. I've now got 2 8 terabyte drives that once I've finished all the work on it here, I'll be moving those on. But at the moment, I'm just dealing with backing up the data and everything that's on it to make that a bit of an easier transition. But yeah, that's pretty much what a NAS is.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that
No worries.
terminology and that explanation, mate. It's
No
just good
worries
to
at
hear
all.
you talk into the microphone. It's nice. It's soothing to me, Jacko. I'm not being a prick. It's
No, I
good.
know.
So
Yeah, I've been a
thank
bit.
you.
I'm. Of course, it's inevitable that I'm a bit quiet during NRL and things like that. Except last week, I spoke a little bit during NRL segment, but it's just because I don't have a lot of interest in the sport. But that's other than State of Origin. But that's about it.
Even then, no, okay, come on, Jacko, come on, mate. Oh, okay. Before we talk about sport, Jacko, I need you to do me a massive favor here.
Oh God, what have I done?
It's what you're about to do for us. So, Jesse, you're a Brisbane Water Secondary College alumni. I'm a Brisbane Water Secondary College alumni. Jackson is a Brisbane Water Secondary College alumni. The other week when we went out to dinner, Jackson brought up the fact that a bull went across the ag farm and went up to the second story and had to be cut down with cement. Cement had to be cut down to get this bull out with a crane.
Yes.
Now,
What?
Jacko, I've thought about it for 3 days, 4 days. I need more information because this doesn't exactly sound real.
It wasn't. I'll give you. It wasn't our. It was during muck up day. It wasn't our muck up day for our year. It was either the year above us or the 2 years above us. I'm trying to remember which one it was. But yeah, basically they had gone to the ag farm. Firstly, they'd driven to your minor campus, gone to the ag farm at your minor campus, and had grabbed one of the bulls. And had led it through the school and up the stairs because bulls can go upstairs, but they can't go downstairs because it's just not possible with their hooves and all that. They can't go downstairs again. But they went upstairs, and so the bull got stuck upstairs. And so, yeah, basically after the school day was over, they ended up having to get machinery and stuff to cut out a segment of the concrete upstairs, like barrier where the verandas are, to get big enough to get the bull onto like a scissor lift and take it down again.
Now, what part of the school was this done in, Jacko? I'm going to be my little detective here because
I'm
I
trying to
don't
remember.
I don't remember a single part where something was cut out like that before.
So are we saying that this was close to when we were there? Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah, well,
So it was either the year above me or the year 2 years above us. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember which one it was
now,
off the top of my head.
I can confirm with you that intern Dave, I spoke to intern Dave about this. He doesn't remember a single thing. He was 1 year above us.
Yeah,
So it must be
he
2
was.
He
years
says
above us then.
this never happened.
Must
Is
be
what he's
2
saying.
years
And I
above us. Yeah.
so what part of the school did this happen in? Just so I know.
So it was, well, obviously the upstairs. They led them up the stairs of the back area near closest to the ag farm. So the first set of stairs on the left, they set him up there. And then the part of the concrete that was cut out, I actually went there the other day, and it is a different color to the others. You can see a
You
segment
went
that's a
back.
different
Why were
color.
you? Why did you go to the school?
Oh, not a couple of days ago. Sorry, a couple of months ago. I went back there
Here we
because I had
go.
to have a appointment with with the deputy principal there. Um, just had a meeting about, because I used to work for the Red Shield and he used to work for the Red Shield, so I was trying to work out someone to replace our position. So I had a meeting with him for that.
Hmm.
But yeah, when I went for a wander, because I'd only been recently reminded of that, I went for a wander, and you can see there is a patch along the hallway between the quad and the where the cooking rooms and that is, sort of where that road is that leads you into just out the front of the hall. There's a patch there that is a different color to all the others, and that was where they cut it.
No, cool. Cool.
Interesting.
So there's no potential chance this is part of the pedestrian TV article. Stories about my muck up day and how I got cancelled. The year 12 stole a live cow from a farm and put on the second story. This wasn't by chance from that article, was it?
True story. I don't know
True
what
story.
article you're referring to.
I'll give you the quote. The year 12s stole a live cow from a farm and put on the second level of the English block. Cows can walk up and not downstairs, apparently. They also wrote offensive things about teachers on their doors, including "Go Home Ho" on the door of teachers whose house had just burnt down, and various other racist, fat-shaming remarks about others. Barely any teachers went down to the farewell assembly that morning. I heard a rumor about charges being laid against some students. Now,
I don't know anything
is
about that
it
one, but
just me? Is it just me if a cow, if you walked a cow up a fucking to a flight of stairs, surely those kids would have been arrested, potentially expelled from school,
Definitely.
and we would have
expelled.
been warned about it. It would have made the papers.
Definitely. Yeah, that's
We
I'm
would have known
thinking the
about
same
it
thing.
because we
I
were year
don't know
7
enough
then.
about it to give comment. This is going off what I've been told. So I didn't believe it at first too, and then I saw the concrete that led me to believe it, but that's still not proof, So
Yeah.
that's
So
just what I've been told. Like, it could
okay,
be
that's
fact,
cool.
it could be cap. I don't know.
I'm
It-
leaning more towards it being cap for sure.
I am
Yeah.
very much so leaning more towards cap. So if I was to call up the school on Tuesday and ask them this question, I'll go that
I'd-
thorough. I want to hear the story from them.
I don't know what they'd say. They might say yes, they might say no.
They,
I have no idea. I haven't asked them that. I've
because
just purely
I
gone
was
on coincidence, really, because there is a segment that is a different color to the rest. And yeah, I figure that Brisbane Water Secondary College kids could be capable of that. So that's why I've just sort of gone off coincidence. I don't
Jacko, can you share my screen for 1 second?
know. Sure.
I fucking found it actually.
Really?
I swear to God.
Let's
How can I share this? How can
I'm
I?
just about
It's
to
not,
give you permission to share screen. Go for it.
So I thought I would have heard of it for sure.
is it something that should pop up on my thing? Because it's not.
You should be able to just hit share screen. So I've ticked it that you're allowed to, so you should be able to.
Finally, it's just popped up then. Okay.
There you go.
All right, 1 sec. Come on, cunt. So sorry about this, guys. We will get back to our regular entertainment. I just want to make sure that this is done correctly.
Yeah, here we go.
There it is. Can you see it? So there's the ball. The top.
I was getting keen too. I was like, oh, I can't fucking found it. Oh, fuck me.
So there it is on top, lurking around the kids, going.
Ugh.
Good times, Jacko. Nah, that was good. Oh, why'd you mute it again?
Didn't know I
Kills
had
it
muted
right
it.
there.
Didn't know I
You
had
mute it
muted it.
all the time, Jacko. You're probably telling me bad words.
I
Nah,
must
it's
have
fine.
bumped something on the keyboard because I was typing, but I don't know.
Nah, it's all right, mate. You look all the bloody. It's okay. Yeah.
Fucking.
So let's get into it. What an action-packed couple of days. Couple of days. I want to hear how thorough Jackson's report is here. So, Jacko, again, the floor is yours, King. And by the way, people are enjoying hearing you talk more. So continue to talk more. Be curious. As Al would say, for my work, Baba Booey.
Okay. So I went with all my bits and pieces of the race. I went from basically I went chronologically. So I went from race one, lap one, sorry, right through to the end. So I sort of had comments on every lap. So of course, I mean, it might as well have been called the safety car 1000. There were so many safety cars in the race. Like there was, I think, 8 or 9 like safety car call outs.
I think there was
I
eight.
think I
Yeah.
think it was 8, yeah. So I mean, after the start, there was an immediate, like almost an immediate crash involving 4 cars, which are Win Cup, Winterbottom, Best, and Perkins. And that was quite interesting. We had some spinning car action and all that sort of fun stuff. Then we had about 5 laps of normal racing. Then lap 6, we had Goddard in the Penrite car come unstuck badly. With
It was
half,
wasn't 5 laps of normal racing, bro. There was 4
well,
laps of safety car. Then the
well,
fifth
that's
lap they
true.
came
Yeah,
out and they crashed. So
that's it. So Goddard in the Penrite car, he came unstuck, and half the front of his car bent inwards after connecting with 2 cars that were Campbell and Woods.
what's your
Uh,
opinion on that crash?
um, it probably should have been investigated a little bit more. I think it was. I mean, they investigated another one, but it didn't take any further action. But I think that one should at least have been investigated a bit.
Do you know what happened in the crash?
Oh, I'm trying to remember because there were so many crashes and incidents. There was a lot. There was a. I mean, I think it was an error gone bad. Really, it was just like they were coming. They were coming around. If I'm thinking of the right accent, because there were so many. And then just
Coming down
one came
the big
unstuck in
straight.
the mud. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong here. But one got cut off in the mud and went for a bit of a slide, connected with the other 2. Is that right?
He's come off. He's come down the bottom. Brakes locked up. Went around. Went through the mud, and then just went straight through and smacked into and there was a Snowy Mountain car crashed into whoever it was. I think was one of the Penrite cars. Took him
Yeah.
out altogether, and then slightly up
Goddard.
ahead of that,
It's
Goddard.
Goddard.
Then
Yeah.
slowly up ahead, you had the other car that was involved in the crash on the first lap get spun by the Shell V Power right behind.
Yeah.
Straight
That's
like
it.
literally 5-10 seconds. They thought he spun out in the grass. So
That's it.
that
And
was a big
then,
one. Continue, Jacko.
yeah,
Sorry to interrupt.
then around the lap 22 mark, Garth Tander left pit in a really weird way, but nearly caused an accident, which led to him getting a 5-second stop-go penalty for that. He just left. There was next to no gap, and he sort of just squished himself in, nearly colliding with them, with the guys leaving. So yeah, I thought that was warranted. There was no reason to not give a penalty for that one. Lap 32, Davison first runoff, and smashed into a wall and became bogged, causing a safety car. You'll say first because there is a second incident involving Davison a bit later on. Then lap 36, saw SVG pass on the inside over Mostert, which was so close and so precise that it was amazing to watch. It really was. Like that one was a really good pass over. Then lap 41 saw Tim Blanchard in the wall after colliding with Percat. Amazingly, a safety car was called 2 laps later. I thought that was a bit odd. Then that whole incident was under investigation, but then of course led to no further action. Then lap 46 had an incident where James Moffat and Brody Kostecki collide and caused Moffat to spin. And Brock Feeney went for a slide in lap 49, ran through the mud, but he quickly regained control and was back on it. Then lap 57, Macaulay Jones ran off, causing the 6th safety car after running into the wall. And his car had extensive damage to his car. Looked a little bit like it'd gone through a blender there. Then lap 61, we saw Greg Murphy go for a spin after a nudge by Jake Kostecki. But he quickly recovered. But Kostecki was awarded a 15-second time penalty for that. And then with 84 laps to go, Percat locked up and ran into the wall, but there was no safety car for that one. He quickly recovered and kept going. Then lap 119, another safety car for Hazelwood this time when he locked his wheels and ran straight into the wall. Then up until that point, we had 62 laps without a safety car. So it was, almost like normal racing, a normal race day until that point. And Shane Van Gisbergen at that point had 17-second gap between him and Kostecki. And now they have to do it all over again. They had to do it all over again. Hazelwood's car looked more tape than car afterwards when he went into pit and got repaired. That was, really interesting to see that tape at it.
What was Crompton's statement about the tape? Do you remember that? I thought it was pretty funny.
Oh, I remember he said something. What
everyone
did he say? I remember laughing at it too. I'm just trying to remember what he exactly said. I don't remember.
See, no, I just test you because I listened to I watched 156 laps today.
Yeah, I laughed at it as well. I just can't remember what he said.
Wouldn't you love to be the manufacturer for the tape?
Yes, that's right. He did say that. In. Yes, that's right. And there was another comment later on in another incident where he was talking about he wouldn't like to be paying the bill for all that tape as well.
That's right.
But lap 128 saw a couple of battles, but the main one was Feeney and Waters, where Waters won with Feeney dropping 2 positions after he run aground on the dirt and was able to be overtaken. And then that same lap, SVG sets a record race lap of 2:06.74, which he then goes on to beat a little bit long. I'll talk about that later on. Waters began to struggle in 1:36 as he came unstuck in the mud and cost himself 4 seconds. I think that was 0.4 seconds. I may have mistyped, but with 24 laps to go, Craig Lowndes rubbed the concrete wall, and Shane Smith also hit a wall and damaged his front wheel, causing a ton of smoke. And he went limping to the pits. Upon arrival in the pits, his car caught fire.
Sorry, Jess.
I was getting to it, impatient bastard.
I like it. I like it.
With 20 laps to go, and Will Davison ran hard into the wall at turn 2 just after pitting, causing another safety car. And with that, SVG took the perfect opportunity to go into the final pit requirement, because they have to go pit 7 times in the race, compulsory 7 pits. So Shane Van Gisbergen, Brody Kostecki, and Lee Holdsworth took that opportunity and went in at the same time. Then shortly after that, Chris Pither received a mechanical black flag for extensive damage and was providing a nice smoke screen throughout that lap, the rest of that lap, before going into the pit lane.
Do you remember why he had the mechanical black flag given to him?
It was something with his brakes, wasn't it?
No.
I remember they were talking about it. Oh, was it suspension? It was one of them. No? I know he had. Oh, power steering it was. Okay.
Power
Well, there you
steering.
go. I wasn't listening
So,
enough. I was trying to like replay to find out because I remember them saying black flag, mechanical black flag, and they said the reason, but I couldn't remember it. And I'm trying to hit refresh, but it just wouldn't go back, so I couldn't figure it out.
that's all right. That's all right.
Then
You got
4
2 minutes.
laps.
2-minute warning.
Yeah, all good. 4 laps with a safety car, and we're back to Shane Van Gisbergen again, having to make a gap from scratch. Waters had a phenomenal overtake at turn 2, putting him back in 3rd place. With 11 to go, Shane Van Gisbergen then beats his best lap of 2:06.45, and the gap between him and Mostert was 1.28 seconds. The following lap, he bested that with a lap time of 2:06.26. The gap followed to under a second with 5 laps to go, making every Shane Van Gisbergen fan start biting their nails profusely. It dropped to under a second, but with a couple of laps to go, Shane Van Gisbergen seemed to be coming unstuck at Forest Elbow, which is quite a windy patch of the track. But he didn't come unstuck as predicted he might, and of course he won and celebrated with a few donuts off to the side of the track.
Nice. Very nice news reader, Jacko. We like that, mate. Very formal, very to the point, very structured. We love it. We're going to go to a quick little part 3 in a second, but just for us boys here, how are you screaming when Van Gisbergen won? Give us your best.
I actually wasn't screaming. I just went fuck yeah, and that was it.
So you didn't go go Gizzy.
No, I didn't. I'm sure my stepdad would have. I'm sure my stepdad would have, because he's actually at Bathurst at the moment. But no,
yeah?
I didn't. Yeah, he was there. He was on the what was the name of the battery company? Starts with a C. Blue thing. Century Battery. That's it. He was on that corner.
Nice. Sweet. All right, we'll see you in a second for part 3. Very good job, Jacko. Really enjoyed this Bathurst this year. For me, the biggest highlight was my idol, Greg Murphy. Man, I so happy I was able to see him drive. Although unless the car is just dog shit, he's past his prime. But it is so good to see him back where I grew up watching him and loving him and becoming a lifelong fan of sport because of him. People that might have had Mark Scaife, Craig Lowndes, mine was Greg Murphy. So it was wonderful to have witnessed that, at least back at Bathurst. So very good stuff. Very good, very entertaining Bathurst. I was lucky enough to watch Friday and Saturday as well. The rain, the slip, the slub. Here's something for the trivia for you guys. Since 1978, they've done the top 10 shootout. This was the very first time in their history they stopped it because of the rain and the amount of water on the track. Unfucking real.
Yeah.
It really doesn't surprise me because my stepdad, of course, is there in a caravan at the moment, and all the people in tents had to be evacuated because of the utter deluge of water. But yeah, it's just like he video chatted us the other night, and it was just like he had Wellington boots on, and they were like half covered in mud. Like it was just so bad. Like I don't think it's rained that much at Mount Panorama in a long time.
No, well, I think a lot of them were saying that's the wettest they've ever seen it. So it was unreal, man. Absolutely fucking unreal. Well, that puts another year of Bathurst in the books. Van Gisbergen obviously getting it. Give us a go, Gizzy. We didn't get it last time, so give us a go, Gizzy, right now, Jacko.
Go, Gizzy!
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I was looking for. I love it.
Yeah. But it's also sort of a sad occasion with Bathurst 1000 this year because it's the last time that Holden race. So it'll be interesting to see it next year because I think, if I remember correctly, Chevy are taking over. Is that right?
Chevy and Ford Mustang.
Yeah.
So I'm looking very forward. There are actually a Red Aruba. Well, I read a rumor that they're trying to iron out a deal to go race over there at Circuit of the Americas over there in, I think, in Texas. So that
right.
will be interesting. That will be interesting. So let's see. Let's see what happens. But I'm wondering, Jesse, into the topic right now. I know we've discussed Bathurst to a hell of a lot of detail, so thank you for that, Jacko. Grand final, NRL Grand Final.
Yes.
What a below average game that was.
Oh, that was a shit. That was a shocker, eh? It was just a wipeout. What more can you really say about that? Like, it was just shit. Like, it was, yeah, it was like watching one of the bottom fucking four teams play one of the top four teams. It was just weird for like two teams like that, and then one team to smash the other team like that. It was just fucking, yeah, great performance by Penrith, but fuck me.
Oh yeah,
Fuck me dead. I wanted
definitely.
more from that.
I wanted more from Parramatta. I was hoping that they would have played a little bit harder for their bloody their yakka. It was very
100%.
disappointing.
Yeah, it was just like, I don't know why it always happens. It's like every time they get to like a big important game, they don't show up. It's fucking odd, eh? And like the last, I saw a stat and it was like their last three grand finals at halftime they were kept to nil. Like,
Yeah, I did hear about that one too. Actually, you're not
yeah,
wrong.
yeah. So it's just I don't know. Like it's hard to say like, oh, you know, Parramatta should have played better when Penrith played like their best game of the fucking year. Arguably, like it was just the first half was fucking flawless. Really, like the aggression in their defense is what wins them these games. Like they just drive every tackle, they're driving back. And you don't
Yeah,
really see you usually see that at the start of a footy game, like for the first like five minutes it's usually driving back tackles, but they keep up that intensity for the whole fucking game. It's just insane. That's insane. And
they
you
did.
know, yeah,
They
it's
they
just
really
crazy.
did. They performed very fucking well, man. You
Yeah.
know, not taking anything away from them. They absolutely annihilated
Oh yeah.
Parramatta. I knew it was going to happen. A lot of people probably predicted that it was going to happen that way too.
Yeah.
Was it disappointing to see it happen? Yeah, in a way it
Yeah.
was,
Yeah, it was.
because it's the grand final. You expect it to be a real bludger, real, you know,
Close
full
game.
energy, full intensity, close game. This was
Yeah.
done in the 50th minute, 55th minute. All I
Yeah.
know is I needed Micah Sivo to score.
He fucking oh, how he did that try
So
that he fucking bombed. Was it? Because I can't remember. I didn't really watch back any replays or anything. Did he didn't drop like he dropped it, but was
he
it like
just dropped it, dropped
someone's
it.
hand coming in, or did he just drop it cold turkey?
Yeah, tackled like that from memory, and he just
Right.
went.
Yeah. Fuck. That was a try for all money. I couldn't believe it when I saw that.
I
Fuck.
had I had I had Stephen Crichton anytime try to score a 13 plus, Parramatta Mike Casillo to score a try, and whoever scored the last try for Parramatta.
Yeah.
I'll double
Was it
check.
Gutho, was it? Or was he the second
Was it
last?
Gutho?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I had no idea. Yeah, I think it was Gutho. I don't know. Could be wrong. Pretty sure it was Gutho there. But
I think it was, yeah.
yeah, fuck. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, because going into it, I was like, oh, you know, my head says Penrith because, you know, logically speaking, you think, oh, you know, Penrith are going to get it. And then my heart was telling me, please, just fucking beat them. Just beat Penrith. I beat Penrith. Like, fuck. I don't know. It was just annoying to see them win because there's
Gutho scored their first try towards
okay,
the end, so that's the
yeah,
one I had. Gutho
right,
didn't
yeah,
have the guy who scored the last one. Sorry, I was
okay,
getting my
yeah,
two mixed up. So I knew Gutho
yeah,
scored. I just didn't know if it was the last
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah, so that it hurt. It hurt. You know.
just yeah,
But honestly, mate, the intensity. What I tell you what, from a other standpoint, how unprofessional how unprofessional did they act
what are we talking about
afterwards?
after? Yep,
Like
yeah,
I'm all for, cheering, gallivanting, whatever you really want to call it at the end of the day.
mm.
But it was just,
It was
I don't know,
just, yeah, it was fucked.
it was average.
I I was keen to hear what your thoughts were on that, because some people are saying, "Oh, they earned it," or they were just
Look, they earned it. Fuck,
But like,
they earned it. They
yeah,
played well. They deserve to go out and celebrate
yeah,
and have fun. But it's that what they should not be doing is acting like fucking clowns. At the end of the day, they're paid very good money
exactly.
to be in a position they are. I'm all for being, laughing and being a little bit cocky,
Yeah.
I mean, take away the wine, I'm just a cock. But the reality is they're paid three, four, five, six, $700,000. Some are touched more, and they're getting on stage going, "Hey, yeah, thanks for that," and Parramatta suck.
Yeah, fuck. Like, my problem with it is, like you said, these are professional athletes, right? And this is a grand
Yeah,
final. And all said and done, you shake the opposition's hand. Good sportsmanship is the first thing they fucking teach you when you're young. And there was just people are saying, oh, there was a million fucking comments saying like, oh, that it's fine, it's just banter. And I'm like, yeah, banter is what you do before these games. You can talk as much shit as you want before these games. That's the
yeah,
whole fucking point. You talk as much shit as you want before the games, but once the game is done, whoever fucking wins, you shake hands, and that's it. You don't talk any more shit. You you just fucking let it go. That's it. You win and you stay humble in victory. If you're not humble, people are just gonna fucking look at you as pricks. Another thing they were saying was, oh well, past teams have done this, and I'm like thinking I can't remember the last time a team won a grand final and carried on like that. If I'm being honest
yeah.
with you, if
I
I'm
mean, we
being
all
brutally
remember
honest,
Andrew Johns skateboarding, Matty Johns better than Lego, but they weren't saying the other team sucks, the other team's
yeah,
shit.
yeah, that's my
That's
problem.
that's the difference, and that's what I hate, man. Like,
Yeah,
be happy that you won. Say that you guys played the best game you ever played, and we were just easy to get through the defenses, and
mm.
but don't be like, oh yeah, Parramatta suck and all this shit. I mean, what's his name? The guy going to the Tigers, um,
Carousel,
Coruscant, I thought it was.
carousel, yeah.
Even him acting a little bit like a muppet as well.
Yeah, and the defense is always like the people defending them doing this shit. It's always the same shit. Well, they were out on the piss the night before. They've been partying, then they had to show up to this thing the next day. And I'm like thinking, yeah, but this is what they do. This is what teams do every fucking year. They've been doing this for fucking years. Teams like who've won the grand final, they get pissed and all that shit. But I don't remember a team carrying on like that, talking shit about other teams. So really, like fucking
That's right.
got their heads so far up their own ass about
Rabbitohs
fucking
didn't do it when they beat the Bulldogs. Sharks didn't do it when they beat Melbourne. Melbourne,
yeah.
arguably in their prime.
That's right.
Melbourne Storm. We should not have won that, but we did.
Yeah,
The
that's right.
reality is we fucking did. You guys easily wiped the floor with the Bulldogs, but you didn't see fucking Sam Burgess coming out going, "Oh, they're fucking shite,"
Yeah,
fucking that
oh,
sounds Scottish actually.
we're the best fucking South, we're the best South fucking Penrith team. Them saying that shit as well. Like they are,
Uh
but like
they
let's
look, they are
yeah,
fucking again, arguably one of the
mm,
better fucking squads Penrith have put out in their entire fucking history, and I will
yeah,
pay the respect again to it. But the reality fucking is you're only as good as what your skills are. Go into next season. Let's hope it's not the same rinse and repeat. I'm all for being cocky and saying that you're the best and all that kind of stuff. But don't bring down the other team, because there's the kids
yeah,
who watch this shit and they'll go, "That's my team. I support Penrith," and then they go, "Oh yeah, fucking,"
yeah. It's fine to act that way. It's fine
it's
to
fine
act
to
that
act
way now.
like a smartass.
It's not. It's all. It's funny. It's all these. It's because they're all from fucking Mount Druitt. Like, no, no, not shitting. Well, I am. Fuck you. Like, you're from
Yeah,
Mount Druitt. Like,
fuck the Druid.
yeah. Anyway, it's just fucking ridiculous. And that I was listening to what is it, the fucking NRL 360 or whatever it's called, Paul Kent and all those guys. And
Yep.
I was listening to Paul Kent talk about it, and I was just like, I agree with everything he's saying. It's just they're carrying on like absolute pork chops after this sort of shit, and like. I think what annoys me the most about it is I've said Penrith are cocky. They've been cocky for the last 2 years. But what annoys me is they're talking shit about another team. It's like, are you forgetting the 2020 NRL Grand Final? where Melbourne came out and like wiped us in the first half, and then you came
Yeah.
back and you couldn't win, and then you were so fucking gutted and devastated they didn't fucking, they said nothing after that game. It's like he's forgetting what it's like to lose a grand final, and you're just gonna fucking step on the other team's fucking neck when they're already down. It's like, come on, man, come on, like
Yeah.
win with some fucking humility, win humbly.
Be gracious that you're able to get to that point. Be gracious that you didn't have any problems with your squad as the year went on.
That's it.
It's just, a lot of teams didn't have an easy run. Not saying that Penrith had an easy run. The Sharks had an easy run, and we proved how much we can choke. But the reality is, I'm certain if the Sharks won, we would have went, oh, Penrith are the worst fucking team in the world and all this crap. But again, that's the way of the world right now. I guess you could say.
Fucked.
So, puts the end of the NRL season for at least a week for us, at least another week, and then we've got the World Cup starting.
Yeah, keen for that.
I did see a very historic game over there. I think it was the Leeds Rhinos ended up playing the New Zealand rugby league squad overnight over there. Very close match, 78-0, I think it was. New Zealand's way. I think 78 or 76-0.
Yeah, right, yeah.
They beat the Rhinos.
Neck bite that one.
Mate, I tell you what, as fun as engaging, that game would have been as fun and as engaging as the grand final.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck me.
Yeah, that grand final, man. I just wanted Parramatta to, like, you think, you haven't won since '86. Let's really come out and fucking give it everything. I feel like they didn't do that, to be honest. Like, as well as Penrith played, I actually genuinely don't think they fucking did that. I feel like they went to sleep. So
that's it, mate. They just zonked off. They didn't turn up to play.
Yeah.
Oh well. What do you do? What do you fucking do, mate? Nothing you can say.
Well, there's always another 30 years,
That's right. There's always another 30 years. Always another 30 years.
Yeah, or 36, 36, 37, however fucking long it's been.
The thing, 36 years going into 37.
Yeah, fuck. Fucking hell.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh well. Time will, hopefully improve for next year. I'd like to maybe see some off-season rule changes to better the game. Gets rid of some rules, and I think we'll talk about that at another day because I just realised this podcast is a very lengthy one. So I want to talk about hopefully what at least next week, what we would like to see reappear for the next season.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. We'll do that next week. Before we say our farewells, unless there's something else we all want to talk about.
While we're still on NRL, I had a question for you both, because I know last week I gave you guys a couple of questions. I only have one this week, which, full disclosure, the boys have no idea of the question I'm about to ask them. So a lot of people talk about their favourite player in the league. So it could be any of the teams in the league. They always talk about that they have a favourite player. But I'm going to turn that on its head. If you can think of a player that you dislike, who would it be and why?
Cameron Munster.
That's a viable one, yeah. Yeah, he's a grab. Fuck, I've got a lot.
He's talented. He is very talented. He deserves every ounce of respect that he's got for the abilities that he possesses. But he's a grub. When he starts losing, he starts acting like a sourpuss, starts fucking being dirty, choking, grubbing, bad tackles.
Yeah.
Again, talented, but just grubby. Just grubby.
100%, yeah.
Good question.
Fuck, I've got to pick. Okay, for me, I think the first person that came to my mind was Jared Hargreaves, or Hargreaves, however the fuck you pronounce it.
Yeah, that's viable. That's another viable one.
And Big Nelson. I think those two. I think they're
Nelson,
both dirty grubs.
Asafa
Yeah.
What's your name?
Yeah, that fuck. That cunt. I just think they're both, I don't know, they're just grubby and they got dirty tactics in the game and the way they tackle and the way they go about things. And I just think that sort of shit needs to be cut out. I mean, I'm all for a bit like the aggression that they bring. I'm cool for that, but when it's the dirty tactics, like the driving elbow into the face on the ground and the slamming, fucking tactics of tackling. I don't like that, and I think that's the dirty part in the fact that they're always, I don't know, they're just dirty. That's all I can really think of. I just don't like them. And kick out, fuck you, kick out.
It's really
Yeah,
interesting
yeah.
how different people have sort of different answers to that question, because I asked that to a couple of people. So I asked that, and the best answer came from my brother. He gave a completely different answer as well. So yeah, you said Cameron Munster, Warrior Hargraves, and he said Daly Cherry Evans was his though.
He came into my head as well. I didn't want
Yeah.
to put it in there because if I'm talking like hated, I don't hate.
No, I was saying dislike. I didn't say
Okay,
hate.
dislike.
No,
Well,
dislike.
well, disliked. Yeah, I don't know. Like he's
He's a sook. That's all he is.
that's all I can really. I don't dislike him as much as the others because I mean, at least he can still play well. I don't fucking know.
He's good. He's a good player. He's a Australian representative. I'm not sure if he got into the squad. I actually didn't read the squad for the World Cup, but he is very good.
He is good. Yeah, he's good
And
kicking.
again,
Good kicking game.
very good kicking game. Deserves respect for that. Deserves disrespect for the constant sucking that he has. This didn't happen, man. I'm not happy. Where's the counterweight?
Yeah, no, he's a. Hey, I reckon if you were to ask most people, a lot of answers would be Daly Cherry Evans for sure. Heaps of people.
If you ask that people out in public who's the player you like, a lot of people would say Manly Sea Eagles.
Really?
Because everyone hates fucking Manly.
I was about to say, fuck. Yeah, no.
Manly,
So,
they're fucking shit, bro.
I'm weird on Manly because my dad
Just don't talk about anything relating to pride around them.
Yeah, right.
Just don't mention pride around Manly Sea Eagles after the boycott.
No.
Those players should not have a contract for next season.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna touch that fucking subject. That's just
Oh no, look, mate, I don't want to dive into it, but there's no need for their actions, how they acted, pulled themselves, said they're not going to play on the season. They're not going to play that game. They're not supporting it. I know there's a lot of shit that's going on about it, but you're playing,
jersey, bro.
It's Israel Folau all over again, except in rugby league.
It's just that sense of entitlement when you're getting paid big bucks to play football. So you
Exactly.
you get paid big fuck. I'm mixing up my words. Big bucks to play football. You play football, bro. Come on, don't talk about it. Fucking privilege, honestly.
Dead set, bro.
Yeah.
Dead set. Alrighty, well, this good question, Jacko. Thanks for the question. I'm not sure if you guys have any other questions. If not, I'm going to wrap it up.
I'm good, man.
Sweet. Just before we do wrap up, I just want to say quick. I've already messaged him privately. Big happy birthday and well wishings to our friend Nick Dukwa from Movie Nerds. It was his birthday during the week, so I just want to take another quick second just to wish him a happy birthday on behalf of the boys here and myself, of course. I'm going to try and get him on next week if he's interested to have a chat and contribute towards the podcast. He's got some stuff out, and we're trying to reschedule with Nick Rose before we wrap up the podcast for the year. So we are going to get him definitely on to come perform for us. So I'm looking forward to that too. But until then, boys, this has been a very lengthy podcast. So thank you if you've made it all the way through. Comment below something stupid, maybe like Bubba Booey or something like that, or tell me on Facebook or something that you've listened. I definitely appreciate all your support that we get. I want to thank Jacko and Jesse, boys. Thank you so much for tonight.
Thank
It was
you,
good to get back into the swing of it. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Look after yourselves and each other, and I'll see you all later.
Cheers. Have a good one.
See you guys.